Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7, Minagoroshi. So, last episode, it was really good, right? Takano finally showed her true colors, right? And it was amazing because, yeah, they were pretty much showing us how everything happened with Tomitake and her as well when she technically died, right? In the previous chapters. It was very nice to see how it happened and how they were doing it, right? She's an evil witch, right? And she was laughing the whole time as well, right? So yeah, let us continue and let's see what happens today. The day after Watanagashi, Oishi showed up at her school. It isn't uncommon for Oishi to show up here today because yes, Tomitake died. Interesting, he always asks to see the most key person in that world. So this time it's Rika though. He asks for Keiichi in the world he gets sick. He asks Rena in the world she gets sick. In this world he asks for me.
富武が死にましたか。
ええ。ちょっと尋常じゃない死に方でしてね。薬物か何かで錯乱状態だったんじゃないかと思います。自分で自分の喉をかき破るというショッキングな亡くなり方でした。
Shocking.
やはり抗えないのか。
There's nothing I can do now. I knew this was going to happen. I'm sure Takano is dead too.
高野は
彼女についても残念なご連絡があります。岐阜の山中で焼死体で発見されました。死体の状況から多分絞殺された後に焼かれたんじゃないかと思っているのですが、どちらにせよ気の毒な話です。
大石の考えは分かってますです。僕が何か知っていると思っているんでしょう。
いやいや、まさか。疑うとしたらこの一点だけです。あの人混みの中で小耳に挟めるようなところでこんな物騒な話をする人がいるわけがない。
僕が何かの陰謀の片棒を担いでると思っていますですか？
と思い込みたいところですが、それも引っ込めました。本当にその気なら、あなたは私にあんな入れ知恵をすることはなかったんですからね。少なくとも今回の事件を起こそうと考えた何者かとは相対する位置にいると思ってます。
I mean, obviously, she's a little girl. What can she do, right?
それが本当ならとても嬉しいのです。
Oishi threw a 10 yen coin into the offering box and shook the bell in prayer.
どうか今年こそ平見沢村連続開始事件を終わらせられますように。
そのために僕に協力しろと。
今のはお社様にお願いしたんですよ。
Oishi is well aware that people call me the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. That must have been his attempt at a joke.
僕もこんなたたりはもう金輪際にしてほしいと思っていますです。
おや、ならフルデさんと私の求めるところは一致するようですね。
僕は昨日富武の死体が見つかりそうなところを予言しましたです。そこにパトカーはいなかったのですか？
いいえ、ちゃんと巫女様の予言に従って配置しました。ほら、細道路と砂利道の境目になっているあたりがあるじゃないですか。通称村境とか呼ばれているあたりです。あそこら辺はとても暗いですからね。何かやばいことの起こりそうな匂いが一番プンプンするあたりです。
では富武の死体はどこで？
配置場所よりももっとずっと沖宮寄りの水田地帯の路肩です。
That's not where his body is usually found. I mean, it changed because Rika told Uishi, right, that the body might be found in this place. So technically, yes, it changed just a little bit because if Takano dumped the body there, yeah, the police will see her, right? So she had to move. If he was fated to hallucinate and die, he would die in exactly the same spot whether the cruiser was there or not. Just because the cruiser was placed there, Tomitake's body was found in a totally different spot. In other words, the existence of the police cruiser disrupted that fate.
でですね、ここからがちょいと面白い話になります。パトにはですね、私通る車もチェックさせたんです。そしたら高野の車が祭りの終わった後、沖宮方向へ通過したんですよ。
Takano lives in Okinomiya. It wouldn't be strange for her to head back home after the festival.
ただ乗ってたのは一人だったんです。富武は乗っていなかった。
富武はひなみ沢にはいつも自転車で来ますから。
なら自転車をトランクに積んで車に乗せてもらうのが普通じゃありませんか。ですが富武は一緒じゃなかった。
Dude, seriously though, if Rika told Hanyu to watch Tomitake and Takano, this would have been checkmate, right? But no.
にもかかわらず、富武の死体はひなみ沢からパトを越えて沖宮の方の水田地帯で見つかる。
つまり
あの真っ暗な中、森の中を突き進んでパトを迂回したなんてできる芸当ではありません。だとしたらパトに気づかれずに街道を抜けるしか考えられない。古出さん、高野と仏の関係について教えていただけませんか。
恋人同士、それしか知らないです。
高野がね、恋人との最後の夜の仰せを一人で帰るというのが腑に落ちないんです。富武はその時トランクの中に詰められていて、あの真っ暗な森の中に捨てようとした。だがお告げのパトカーがたまたまそこにいちゃったもんで、仕方なくそこを通り抜け、もっと先で富武を捨てた。
Both Tomitake and Takano were sent here from Tokyo. I have no idea what their real identities are. I can't say that Takano had no reason to kill Tomitake. However, I never considered that possibility before in my life. Takano killing Tomitake? But why? I can't think of any reason. Nothing comes to mind. And it's hard to imagine Takano was cornered to the point that she had to kill him. In fact, it was more plausible to think she was enraged when the lovesick Tomitake acted cold towards her, and she strangled his neck.
私はあのカップル、どことなく不釣り合いだなってずっと思ってました。こう言っちゃ富武君に失礼ですが、高野さんでは荷が勝ちすぎているんじゃないかなってずっと思ってました。高野が富武を何かに利用しようとして近づいていたとか、そういう話を村の中で聞いたことはありませんかね。
ないです。でも話は聞いてみようと思いますです。何か分かったら大石にも知らせますです。
ありがとうございます。村の内部に詳しい方、それも御三家の当主でお社様の生まれ変わりの協力がいただければ鬼に金棒ですよ。
But even the reincarnation of a Yashiro-sama couldn't solve this mystery for over 100 years.
でもその高野も殺されたのですよ。どういうことなのですか。
私は もしあなたからタレコミ、おっと、お告げを聞いていなかったら、多分きっと富武と高野は共に犠牲者で、お社様のたたりの5年目ってことになったんだろうと思い込んだと思います。ですが、こうなってくるとどうも違う。どうやらこいつはお社様のたたりの5年目ってことにしようとした巧妙な事件のように見えてきました。
つまり、高野が犯人。
Basically, this is what Oishi is trying to say. They are not both victims. The culprit is also pretending to be a victim. Dude, Oishi's so good. He's getting to the bottom of this instantly. This is really hard for me to believe. I can't think of any reason why Takano would do something like this. Oishi only feels the way he does because he doesn't know her as well as I do. For another thing, how can he explain that Takano's body was found? Didn't the police in Gifu Prefecture identify the body?
焼死体の識別には歯型照合が最も有効だと言われています。ただ、うちの鑑識のじじいが言うにはそれでも 100% じゃないという。まあそれよりおかしいのが岐阜県警鑑識の死亡時刻なんです。当初死亡時刻が合わなかったらしいんです。
死亡時刻が合わない。
ねえ、祭りの前夜にはもう殺されてたっていう鑑識が出ちゃったらしいんです。内容物とかそういうのから調べるらしいですね。ですがこの時点で岐阜さんには高野の話をしちゃってたんです。だから岐阜さん、綿流しの日に彼氏とデートしてたはずの死体が死後24時間では話が合わないって言って、その鑑定結果を握りつぶしちゃってらしい。死亡時刻の鑑定なんかより死体の歯型鑑定の方がよっぽど精度が高いですからね。まあ現場にはたまにある話です。ですが、高野が犯人かもしれないって目で見てみると、こいつは高野の死体じゃない可能性が出てきます。
Damn, he got it.
死体をごまかすことなんて可能なのですか？
焼死体の鑑定は基本的に歯型以外は絶望的です。例えば、これは推理小説的な荒技ですが、沖宮のデンタルクリニックに残されていた高野美代の歯型のカルテ。
Give me a second here. How do we open this again? No, I was looking for. I forgot how to check the settings. Because yeah, sometimes the lip sync of the voice right is not. Sometimes it finishes earlier. Sometimes it's the same, right?
これが巧妙な手口で捏造されていたら誤認もあり得る。
I think it's F10. Okay, they're F10 graphics. Lip sync on. See? But yeah, okay. Hey, I think it is what it is.
まあそんなのは抜きにして、単純に岐阜さんが高野に間違いないと決めつけてしまった可能性の方が高いですが、警察組織内では往々にして初動時の鑑定ミスが後々まで尾を引くことが少なくない。伝説的な冤罪事件のほとんどはこれに起因します。私はどうやらその可能性が拭えない気がする。
つまり、高野は生きてる？
高野美代は先日以来、車ごと行方不明です。岐阜の死体が高野でないなら、これはなんだか面白そうな話になってきます。
What happens now? Irie had already heard about the deaths of Tomitake and Takano. It seemed like both clinic and office in Tokyo had flown into a panic over it. It's funny how they make such a big fuss about their own people when they don't care about what happens to other people's lives if it would get in the way of their research. True, 100% yes. Takano's subordinate Okonogi was in the room. Okonogi is the leader of the Mountain Dogs. This guy, man. I came here to make sure he's still willing to protect me. Based on past experiences, they tend to lose interest in protecting me after Takano dies.
おこのぎ。高野が死んでしまいましたですが、僕は大丈夫なのですか？
大丈夫ですよ、リカさん。我々が今後も厳重に警護してますんで。ですから、警察に頼ろうとしなくても問題ないです。
I guess this is part of the tight security. They must have been listening to my conversation with Uishi.
大石に聞きました。高野が実は死んでいないというのは本当ですか？
まさか。現地の県警の正式な発表ですんで。大石という刑事は今年で定年。お社様のたたりを何とか解決したい一心で、何でも話をおかしくしようとする癖がありよります。
But yeah, as we know what happened, right? Uishi is pretty much spot on everything he said.
あいつの言うことに耳を貸さん方がいいでしょう。
Where's Akasaka, by the way? Yeah, we need Akasaka now. Well, he's not wrong. This year is Uishi's last chance. Because he's so desperate, he's developed a bad habit of listening to every rumor he hears.
では、おこのぎはこの事件をどう見ていますですか？
現在、上が調査してますんで、いい加減なことは言えません。殺された二人の関係を知る以上、内部犯行の可能性が極めて高いっちゅんは、間違いないんじゃないかと。
I glanced over at Irie as I listened to Okonogi speak. It seemed that whoever he was talking to over the phone was accusing him of killing them. Irie was frantically trying to prove his innocence. So yeah, Takano was right. Now they're blaming Irie. So yeah, technically their plan that they wanted worked. Soon enough, he hung up the phone. Irie looked upset that he was under suspicion after working so hard for the organization.
ああ、リカさん。すみませんね。だいぶお待たせして。
入江も大変なことになったようなのです。
お聞きになった通りです。富武さんたちの死は何かの陰謀による可能性が非常に高いです。そして東京はその黒幕が私であると思っているようです。まったくどうしてそういう方向になるのか大いに疑問です。
I rarely saw or ever saw Irie get emotional. I mean, he gets emotional when we were doing the Satoko thing, right? Just a little bit. He must be feeling as though all his effort is being repaid with injustice. However, it's a fact that Irie was trying to fight against the budget cuts and downsizing of his research team. Tokyo is thinking that that could be his motive for killing them. In any case, everyone in the organization is suspicious.
リカさんの心配は分かってます。高野さんたちを殺した何者かが次にあなたを狙わないとは限らないですからね。東京もそこは特に気にしていました。
山犬にもあなたの警護体制を最高にするよう命令が来ています。ご安心してくださいね。
それが聞ければ僕は少し安心なのです。
This was the first time the Mountain Dogs had ever tightened up my security. They usually become so busy keeping tabs on Irie after Tomitake and Takano's deaths that they end up ignoring me. Even though they're dead, I'm still in a pretty favorable situation.
高野たちを殺した犯人に心当たりはないのですか？
東京の皆さんも調べられています。状況を見る限り 内部事情に精通した人間の仕業です。どうやら真っ先に疑われたのは私のようです。
富田家にああいう死に方をさせられるのは入江だけなのです。
そんなことはありません。おそらく東京の方も H173 の話をしているのでしょうが、あれは危険な目的での研究が中止された時、全て破棄されたはずです。あんなことは不可能だ。
ですが所長、こういうことが起こってしまった以上、東京は疑わざるを得ません。それに富武氏には予防薬があらかじめ与えられていたはず。にもかかわらず発症したんです。
天文学的低確率で起こった偶然だとしか言えません。とにかく絶対そんなことはありえないんです。
Irie is usually a very, very calm person. I wonder if Irie is gonna die here though, right? In this chapter. But I wish he don't die, right? I mean, he's a good guy. But once the people in the Tokyo start suspecting him, he often loses his mind.
高野が犯人ということはありませんですか？高野なら内部の人間です。
高野さんがまさか。
But as he spoke, Irie also started to realize that everything could be explained if Takano was a culprit. But I don't know how to persuade him that it's the truth. More than anything, people want to hear a motive. Not who did something, but why. Knowing that probably isn't as important as it sounds. After all, you never know the motive unless the suspect talks. Guessing about a motive is just a waste of time. In other words, it's stupid to assume that Takano isn't the culprit just because I don't know what her motive is.
リカさん、確証もないことを言っちゃいけませんね。あれだけ親切にしてくれたんじゃないんですか？それを疑っちゃ悪いですね。
Upon hearing me be ungrateful towards his boss, Okunogi flashed me an unpleasant smile. It's true that Takano was very nice to me. It might be disrespectful of me to suspect her. However, I still can't trust her completely yet. Yes, don't trust her, Rika. Perhaps I've developed the same bad habit as Uishi. Am I believing every crazy theory I hear just because I'm desperate to escape from my fate?
とにかく私たちの身近で何か良くないことが起こりつつあるのは間違いありません。用心するに越したことはないでしょ
う。ご心配なく。所長に対する警護体制も最高にするよう命令を受けておりますね。
Irie smiled bitterly. For him, their protection wouldn't be too different from stalking.
リカさんも警察には不用意なことを喋らないようにお願いします。分かってると思いますが、場合によっては機密保持のため、厄介なことになるかもしれませんので。
He was implying that he'd have to kill anyone I talked to. This isn't the first time they warned me about this. It's just, what if Takano really is the culprit? If she is, then Okunogi is almost certainly involved too. Then it makes sense that he wouldn't want me to suspect Takano. But that would be horrifying. If Takano was my enemy. If Takano was my enemy, then the mountain dogs were too. This whole clinic is alliance then. True. Irie is just a researcher, so I probably wouldn't know what's really going on. The more I thought about it, the more confused I got. Why would Takano do something like this? I thought I just convinced myself that the motive shouldn't even matter, but I can't stop thinking about it. Is Takano really behind it all? Am I going as crazy as Uishi because of how badly I want to solve this mystery? Perhaps the mountain dogs are more like wolves looking after a flock of sheep. I've lived over 100 years. I have never once found out who killed me, and I stayed close to the Erie Institute so that they'd protect me. What if that was my big mistake? Well, I'm sure that Erie has no bad intentions. I mean though, even if Rika distanced herself right from the Erie Institute, like it wouldn't matter because Takano was still gonna do what she was gonna do, right? Like the plan, I guess, at least the first part of the plan didn't really involve Rika, right? Because her plan was to kill Tomitake and then put some doubt in the people from Tokyo, right? To Irie. In many lives, I got to see how just genuine his feelings are. I can trust him. However, he's not really reliable. Okonogi glanced over me. He smiled and told me not to worry, but I noticed an evil glint in his eyes. It's possible that I have Hinamizawa syndrome and that was just a hallucination. I don't understand anything. I don't even know who my enemies are anymore. There's no point in thinking about this any longer. I have to only trust who I know I can trust for sure. There are only a few people though, Irie, Oishi, and my friends. If Okonogi is on Takano's side, he will be watching me very closely. If I start accusing Takano of anything, who knows what they do to me. When this world first began, I thought I had no time left. But that wasn't true. The number of things that happened in just 2 weeks was immense, yeah. Like this one, like this chapter, it was not fully for Satoko, right? Yeah, but this one was the answer arc for Satoko's arc on the third one, right? But let's say half of it was for Satoko, the friends doing everything to save her, right? And then now we're here in this part with Takano pretty much showing that she is the bad person, right? I guess let's say the mastermind. But yeah, there's people from Tokyo still though, but at least right now it's Takano, right? And a lot of things happened already. Like in the third chapter, it was pretty much the whole chapter was Satoko, right? Second chapter, the whole chapter was about Mion and Shion, right? But for this one, like yeah, you had like two different stuff happening. I probably only have a few days more until the day of my death. What can I do? How can I change this? Am I supposed to just take Hanyu's advice and resign this time? But yeah, what do you do though? Dude, why are you gonna resign? Why did I see she was gonna resign, right? No. Because yeah, you gotta fight. You gotta finish this. Yeah, let me see again. Did you say resign? Resign, resign? Resign this time. Hell no.
それで、綿流しの晩にはもう失踪していたらしいんだよ。お社様のたたりかな。
さすがに5年も連続すると薄気味悪いよな。
Hinamizawa is a small village. Rumors spread fast here. Besides, she's a Mion Sonozaki. She would have found out about this yesterday, even if the police were trying to find it. Or hide it, I mean. My friends were all talking about the mysterious death of Tomitake and the disappearance of Takano. People in the village are very superstitious. No matter what happens, they conclude that everything is the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The past incidents don't matter to me either way. all I'm interested in is this current one. The culprit of this case will probably kill me too. 2 days have passed since the Watanagashi. Today is Tuesday, June 21st. At the earliest, I'll get killed on the night of the 22nd, so we got 1 day left. Right? At the earliest, I guess. That is tomorrow night. The day of my death is always different. I always end up getting killed, but the day when it happens varies. I guess a culprit has their own reasons for that. There is only one thing I'm sure about. Based on my experiences, I'll live for sure until tomorrow night. After then, I'll have to live with fear of getting murdered at any point. Still, there's no real reason to be afraid. When I wake up, it'll be a brand new world again. I can never remember how I'm killed. That's why I'm not afraid of the killing itself. Maybe because, maybe she doesn't know the reason why she's killed. Maybe she, what do you call this? Like she's passed out or something like that, right? And then, you can die when you're asleep, right? What if you're sleeping and someone shoots you in the head? Yeah, you wouldn't know anymore, right? So technically, I think that's what's happening, right? Because she always doesn't remember that part, right? When she just suddenly dies, right? But if we could survive and we could see how she died, she could probably know. So next time, she now knows. But the easiest way for this one, if just Hanyu tells her, right? Like, oh, Hanyu, can you check and see who kills me? However, at present, I am frustrated. My classmates just expect that their peaceful days will continue forever. That, of course, for them, they don't know about any of these worlds. Sure, they're having like dreams and stuff about it, right? But of course, they don't know it like you do. But I couldn't feel that way. I feel frustrated and full of sorrow, as I really don't want to die.
明日の夜ですが、リカは悔いがありませんですか？バカ。ないわけないでしょ。
Hanyu was trying to warn me that I might get killed tomorrow night. As though she already knew it was going to happen for sure.
リカはとてもよく頑張りました。そして今年の綿流しは僕が生きてきた中でも一番の楽しいお祭りでした。それはリカもだったのではないですか？
It was fun. It really was fun. Satoko had band-aids all over her face, but everyone was there together and we kicked up a storm. I want this world to continue forever. I can't accept that. This world is going to end tomorrow at the earliest and within 1 or 2 weeks at least.
また次の世界でもきっと楽しくできますのですよ。
It's not about your next life will be just as fun. We don't know that. In the next life, maybe the other friends wouldn't get their dreams anymore, right? And it would end up in another tragedy yet again. That's why Rika wants this world to continue because it is perfect. To say the least,
この
right?
世界はもう終わりなの。こんなにも楽しい世界なのに。もう終わりなの。
All of my friends are alive and happy. Keiichi doesn't feel alone, and Rena's family is happy too. Mion and Shion are getting along, as well as Shion and Satoko. The issue of Satoko's uncle is resolved and she's no longer treated coldly by the other villagers. This is the best world I've ever experienced. But this world is going to end.
リカ、 僕たちは特別な存在なのに、リカは自分のことを普通の人間として考えすぎなのです。楽しいパーティーがいつまでも続けばいいのにと子供の誰もが願う。でもいつかパーティーはお開きになりますのです。だから子供たちは楽しい瞬間をどうか永遠に続いてほしいと願うのです。でもだからといって終わったパーティーを嘆くことはない。眠ればまた明日の朝になる。そしてまたいろいろと楽しいことが起こるのです。パーティーが終われば消えてしまうシンデレラなんかいない。私の生への固執をそんな風に例えられるなんて知らなかったわ。今のリカはパーティーから帰りたくないと泣いて椅子にしがみつく子供と同じなのです。どうして泣いたり悲しんだりする必要が？またパーティーはやってきます。リカは死を越すことを未だに忌み嫌っているけれど、僕たちにとっては一眠りのまたぎだというのに。羽生は昭和58年の6月より先に何があるのか見たくないの？見たくないと言えば嘘になりますです。でもそれに固執して裏切られ傷ついてゆくリカの方が心配なのです。リカには分かってない。気の遠くなるほどの長い時間を誰とも会話することができず、楽しい祭りもじっと眺めているだけ。
Imagine, right? Just imagine, for example, Hani was the bad guy in this whole series, right? She doesn't want to live alone. That's why she's not helping Rika with any of this, right? Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, because hey, Hanyu can pretty much spy on the other characters, right? Like especially last time, like Takano and Tomitaki, right? Rika could have just told her like, "Oh, go and check on Takano and Tomitaki, and if tell me what happens to them if they die, right?" And she could have said that, right? But hey, it didn't happen. I mean, she could go anywhere, right? Like even if Rika's far away from her, yeah, she could go to the storehouse, right? And then Rika was in school, for example, right? She could do that, right?
子供たちの遊ぶ輪を横で眺めていることしかできない悲しさなんてわからない。
Yeah, maybe she is the true bad guy here. No, I'm joking. That's impossible. Come on.
誰にも私の姿が見えない。誰にも私の声が届かないし、誰も私に話しかけてはくれない。そんな辛さや悲しさがリカに想像つきますのですか？その中でやっと出会えたリカなのです。僕はリカがいなかったら生きていけない。でもリカのように死ねもしないのです。僕は時の果てまで一人ぼっちで生きていかなくてはならない。新しいあなたが現れるまでずっと膝を抱いて一人で過ごしていかなくてはならない。僕はそんなのは嫌なのです。絶対に嫌なのです。羽生。だからリカ、あの悲しい約束を取り消してほしいのです。この世界でも運命に打ち勝てなかったらもう全てを諦めるというあの約束を取り消してほしいのです。羽生、ごめん。もう少しだけその返事を待たせて。
I want to do that what I can until the end. When that happens, I can decide what to do. If I think there's still some hope, I can go on living. but if I feel desperate enough, I can just give up. It might not ultimately be a bad thing to repeat June of 1983 over and over. Perhaps I might be blessed with another fortunate life someday. Honey nodded with a little satisfaction after hearing that, sensing that my feelings were starting to lean that the way she wanted them.
どうしたよ、レナ。リカちゃんをお持ち帰りする算段でもしてるのか？
ねえ、ケイイチくん。リカちゃんに元気がないとは思わないかな。
どうだろうな。奉納演舞の疲れが抜けないんじゃないのか？
Rika-chan was sitting all by herself, wearing a sad expression. It said she might still be tired from the festival, but that wasn't really how it looked.
さとこちゃんが解放されて踊り上がってもいいくらいなのに。なんだか昨日からリカちゃんの様子がおかしいように思うの。悩み事でもあるんじゃないかな。
鉄平の件は完全に決着したはずだろ。リカちゃんが悩むような問題は何もないはずだぜ。
We thought Sadako and Rika-chan might not be able to live together if they found a new guardian for Satoko. But that problem is almost solved. Either the Sonozaki family or the Kimiyoshi family will become her guardian. Mere Kimiyoshi is already Rika's guardian. If the Sonozaki family gets custody, Satoko will officially become Shion's little sister. Anyway, I had no idea why Rika-chan was acting so upset.
こういう時は声をかけてみるのが一番じゃねえのか？
それがかえってデリカシーがない時もあるし。でも、ケイチくんなら大丈夫だと思うかな。
それはつまり俺にデリカシーがないっていう意味だな。
Rena laughed and stuck her tongue out at me. I walked up to Rika-chan and struck up a conversation. Perhaps something is still troubling Satoko and we just don't know what about it. If that's the case, we need to help her.
元気なさそうだな。何か悩んでるのか？
あ、ケイチ。
Rika-chan had been daydreaming and it took her a while to realize that I was talking to her.
僕が悩んでるように見えましたですか？
まあな。どうしたんだよ。何かあったのか？
It took her a while to answer. Such a long silence had to mean yes.
ケイチ。聞いてもらいたい詩がありますです。誰が作った詩かは聞かないでくださいです。そして聞いたら感想を聞かせてほしいです。
いいぜ。どんなのだよ。
Rika-chan closed her eyes and recited a short poem, okay? It went something like this. Everyone has the right to be happy. Yes, it's hard to receive. Everyone has the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to fulfill. I have the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to compromise.
結構難しい詩だな。それはリカちゃんが作ったのか？って聞くのはなしなんだったな。
なしです。ケイイチはこの詩を聞いてどんな感想を持ちましたですか？
Everyone has a right to be happy. Yet it is so hard to receive. I understand that. Everyone does have the right to be happy. But that doesn't mean that everyone can receive happiness. Everyone has a right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to fulfill. This one is a little harder to understand, but exercising that right probably refers to the process of finding happiness. Everyone has a right to work hard for their happiness. But it's not that easy for that work to bear fruit. I have the right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to compromise. I guess she's trying to talk about compromising your happiness. There's no limit to human desires. You can never stop wanting more. That's why people need to make compromises on their happiness. At least, that's how I understand it. If she was trying to say that we should be satisfied with what we have, it sounds like a positive statement. But there's also a negative tone to the way it's presented.
この詩は多分詩を作った人の心情を表しているものだと思う。
僕もそうだと思いますです。それで感想はいかがですか？
She wouldn't admit it, but I'm sure Rika-chan is the one who made the poem, and it's reflecting on how bad she's feeling. I am not that smart, but even I can understand that.
悲しい歌だなって思った。
悲しいですか。
最初の2つはわかる。幸せに過ごす権利は誰にだってあるが、だからといって誰でも簡単に幸せになれるわけじゃないもんな。そういう厳しさを歌ったものだと思う。でも最後の一つは毛色が違う。妥協ってのは諦めるって意味だ。この詩の私は幸せになることを諦めて今を妥協して幸せだと思い込もうとしてるんだ。
幸せだと思い込もうとしているですか。
それも未練いっぱいにな。誰だって努力さえすればきっと幸せになれるのに、自分だけはそれが絶対届かないと分かっている。そんな諦めが漂う悲しい歌だ。
なら圭一、この詩の私はどうすればいいんでしょうか。
くじけるなってことだな。
くじけるなですか。
この詩を歌ったやつは自分がどういう風になれれば幸せなのか悩んだ末にしっかり見つけてる。それは決して高望みしたものではないと思う。どうやったら幸せになれるかを延々3段も考察してるやつなんだぜ。真剣に考えてるんだ。だからここまで幸せになりたいと一途に思ってるなら絶対に諦めちゃダメだと思うぜ、リカちゃん。俺たちは絶望的な状況をほんの数日でひっくり返したんだぜ。みんなで力を合わせればきっと奇跡が起こせる。リカちゃんだってそれを目の当たりにしたはずだぜ。あるんだろ、悩み。打ち明けてくれよ。
打ち明けたいことはあります。でも打ち明ければみんなはもうひなみ沢でのんびりと暮らすことはできなくなるでしょう。私にとっての幸せはみんなと楽しく昭和58年6月以降も過ごすこと。だからこそ6月をくぐり抜けるためだけにみんなを巻き込んでもそれ。
ひなみ沢にのんびり暮らせなくなる？どうしてだよ。
打ち明けたことを知られたら奴らは必ずみんなを殺す。だから助けを求められない。
殺すって穏便な話じゃないな。まさかリカちゃん誰 誰かに脅迫されてるのか？
The word kill or the word kill is not something that most people use casually. I was shocked to hear it coming from her mouth. That's why I couldn't help but raise my voice.
誰が敵かもわからない状態です。一つわかるのは、誰かが私を必ず殺すということだけです。
ごめん、リカちゃん。話してくれ。
Is Mion here, by the way?
一体何があったんだ？
No, I want Mion to hear this, right? Like, she's the one who can help us the most. Is Teppei threatening her? No, that isn't possible. The police arrested him, and besides, the Sonozaki family told him to never come back to the village. There's no way he could contact Rika-chan in order to threaten her. And even if that was the case, Rika-chan could just talk to Mion and everything would be taken care of. But based on her expression, it seems like this was way deeper than that.
ごめんなさいです。これ以上言えば、きっと巻き込みますです。圭一たちが巻き込まれれば、仮に6月を超えられても、それは私の望む世界じゃない。だから、打ち明けられないのです。それが多分、私が望む幸せに対し、妥協しないということなのだと思いますです。
リカちゃんがさっきから何を言ってるのかさっぱりだが、リカちゃんのその言い方、先日までの聡子にそっくりだぜ。
聡子に？
ああ。耐えることが美徳だと勘違いして戦う勇気を忘れてる。そういう風に聞こえるな。電話で聡子に戦う勇気を奮い起こせと檄を飛ばしたリカちゃんらしくもないぜ。
My words had clearly hurt Rika-chan's feelings. She bit her lip and went quiet for a moment.
巻き込まれれば、圭一たちもきっと殺されますですよ。
殺されるのはごめんだな。でもよ、放っておけばリカちゃんは必ず殺されるんだろ。だったら俺もリカちゃんのいない未来なんてごめんだな。リカちゃんが俺たちを巻き込みたくないって思うように、俺たちもリカちゃんを失いたくないって思ってる。荒事は大歓迎だぜ。それに3人集まれば文殊の知恵って言うだろ。部活メンバーみんなで相談し合えば必ず妙案が出るぜ。
いくら部活メンバーでも無理なものは無理だと思いますです。
俺たちを巻き込みたくないから打ち明けられないんだな。ならリカちゃんは俺たちに打ち明けず一人で死のうってことなんだな。
そういうことだと思いますです。
耐えることを美徳だと勘違いするな。戦う勇気を思い出すんだ。心の整理がついたらいつでも何時でもいいから相談してくれ。俺たちは絶対に力になるからな。
ありがとうです。
Rika-chan was wearing a sorrowful smile. I could tell that she appreciated my sympathy. I don't know why, but Rika-chan is troubled by something. It's a matter of life and death for her. She can't even talk to us about it. At the very least, she won't talk to me.
どうだった圭一くん。リカちゃんが悩み事だって？珍しいね。
聡子、変なことを聞いてすまんが、リカちゃんが命を狙われているような話ってあるのか？
は？何を言ってるんですの圭一さんは。
リカちゃまは村のシンボルじゃないですか。拝む人はいても命を狙う人なんているわけないです。
Yeah, you could pretty much remove that, right? Because yeah, as Shion said, Rika is the village mascot. Everyone who lives here likes her, right? So if there was someone doing that, it's definitely an outsider.
なんだいなんだい、物騒な話だね。
But honestly, Rika should have included all her friends when they were talking, right? And not only Keiichi, I mean, like all of them. Like they could help, yeah, especially Mion and Shion. Everyone was even more confused than I felt.
リカちゃんは悩みを打ち明けてくれたわけじゃない。でも何かに悩んでるのは間違いなく、それはかなり深刻らしいんだ。リカちゃんが俺たちを信頼してくれるなら、きっと近いうちに打ち明けてくれると思う。その時はどんな突拍子もない話であっても、きっと信じてあげて力になってあげよう。きっとだぜ。
We all looked at each other and nodded. Okay. Damn. Dude, I'm having a bad feeling about this. Because Takano, man. Right, what will happen here? Faded book or faded notebook, number 2 and the third one. The Son of God promised that he would be resurrected within 3 days. Sinful men guarded his grave to make sure he would not wake up, but that was foolish of them. He meant that his spirit and his lessons would be resurrected, not his physical shell. Do not be afraid of physical death. If you achieve great things, you will live again. You will surpass death and become immortal. A demon took the Son of God to a cliff and told him to jump off. He claimed that if he was really the Son of God, a miracle would help him survive. He tried to challenge the Lord. The Lord challenges humans, but humans may not challenge the Lord. To challenge is to suspect. Suspicion will speak words of evil into your ears and it will make you falter. Do not doubt your own achievements. Do not doubt your own life. Do not doubt your own contributions. Do not let others criticize your achievements. That is the same as doubting your own life. Hifumi T. Who's Hifumi T? Do we even know what Takano's name is? Like her first name, for example, right? For Tomitake, I think Irie mentioned it, right? When he was joking about Tomitake on the earlier parts of this chapter, right? For Takano, we don't even know what her first name is. Do we even know? Is her name Sandra? No, I'm joking, but yeah, maybe that is Takano's notes, right? Hifumi. But yeah, Hifumi though? Is Hifumi a lady's name? I don't know. I've seen a Hifumi in another game I played, another visual novel I mean, called Danganronpa. I played the first game and yeah, there's a Hifumi there, right? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. But yes, I'm having a very very bad feeling about like what's gonna happen right now. Like, because I don't think it's gonna be just Rika anymore. She's talking to her friends here, right? And yes, pretty much the theme of this, or yeah, the theme of this whole chapter is like unity, right? Like everyone coming together, helping each other and stuff. So, yeah. For Rika, I don't think she's gonna die alone in this chapter. Her friends are gonna be there, but yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't even want to think about what's gonna happen though, right? But I can just only imagine with the mountain dogs, the Yama Inu, right, and Takano having a lot of people with them, right? What can happen? Akasaka left already, right? So we cannot really rely on Akasaka now. He left. Like after he said, I'm strong now compared to back then. But now he's gone. Like the muscle we need, he's gone. Remember when he was fighting with Oishi? Or he was fighting with Oishi against the people on chapter 4, right? But he kind of lost though, right? But now he said he's much stronger, but he left, so Yeah. Dude, I think we're very close to finishing this chapter because here they're talking about this stuff, right? So I think we are very, very close to finishing this chapter. Maybe we have a couple episodes left for this one. Yeah. I don't see it going much more farther because a lot of things are being revealed already, right? But we'll see. So anyways, we're gonna continue this and do more of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7 and Minagoroshi in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.